Welcome back to the Knick-Knack Review. I'm your host, Clint the Knick-Knack, and it looks like Marvel finally released the last trailer of Black Widow. We also got the premiere date of July 9th. Really anxious to see this movie because it's going to tell more of the backstory of Natasha and kind of explore the Red Room that was teased in Age of Ultron, and we're just finally getting some answers we've been wanting to know. I've always liked this character. I've always liked the human aspect of her and both Hawkeye. That's why I think they work so well together. I've always loved how in this team of gods and superpowered beings that you had these two normal human beings that were just highly skilled. I'm anxious to see what Taskmaster is like, to see exactly how he, or she possibly, is how they analyze the fighting abilities of other heroes and actually adapt to it and learn, because that's Taskmaster's, wouldn't say power, but ability. In the comic books, he's able to actually watch somebody fight or actually fight someone and learn from their fighting skills and literally match them. So I really am anxious to see that adapted on screen. I think that, unfortunately, will be not a very interesting character. I think it'll be kind of like a Snake Eyes, to where it'll be a very silent villain, and then they'll be unmasked towards the end, and you'll learn who the real identity is, and then that's when the villain will be interesting. But I think for the most part, Taskmaster will be kind of like a Terminator, out to kill Natasha and the rest of them. I'm also anxious to see David Harbour's character, Red Guardian. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's going to bring some Marvel comedy for sure, but I think he's going to bring a nice physical aspect to this movie. I will admit it is weird to see Red Guardian with a huge beard like that, but that's very, very small detail that doesn't really matter. A Red Guardian that has aged and is not in his prime really, but he still got it. I must say, I'm actually really impressed with that Natasha costume she has in the trailer. She kind of looks like a stormtrooper. Nice little Star Wars nod, even if it wasn't intentional. Even though I'm looking forward to this movie, it really is hard to get truly invested in it, considering the end of Endgame and how that turned out. Unfortunately, this movie is something that should have been released after Civil War and before Infinity War. It would have had a better impact, and even though this is a flashback movie, that it has the potential for people to not care as much as they should have. Not saying Black Widow is not an interesting character, it just would have done a lot better in the box office and whatnot, and people would have invested more if it would have been released earlier. Regardless of all that, I'm really excited to see this, and it's nice to see Marvel have another movie come out. It's been a while. About it for today. Don't forget to, well, you know what to do. I'm your host, Clint the Knick-Knack, and I will see you on the next.